Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I've only been here for 10 days, but one of the things that I've noticed is that a theme of this session has been kids. We focused a lot, and it was in the governor's remarks, it was in your opening remarks, and I've heard it across the body that we really want to uplift children and give them the best lives possible. And I appreciate that that is at the heart of what this bill is trying to achieve. However, I would argue that this is not the best way forward because it is exclusionary of some of our kids. I don't think it is ever fair to position one group of children above another in terms of their well-being. This bill centers a very small percentage of cisgender children who might come to regret their decision. However, it does not acknowledge the lived experience that is happening with transgender children now. And I think that that word gets in the way of this a lot. I think we focus on the transgender part and not the fact that they're kids. These are our nieces and nephews. These are the kids next door. This is your best friend's teenager. And not being able to get the health care they need is in and of itself a permanent and limiting decision. There are lifelong impacts. It's really hard to go back from puberty. It's really hard to lose the height you gain or vice versa. It's hard to grow hips or make them disappear when you want that. These are things that happen now that make it so necessary for people to be able to make these choices. To speak on a personal note, someone very close to me is trans, and she came out later in life. She knew when she was a child that she was a girl. However, she did not have the words to accurately describe herself and seek the care that she needed. So coming out now in her 30s, excuse me. It's hard. It's hard to spend thousands of dollars trying to get rid of facial hair. It's hard to know that you're never going to have the body you want and that you have to live in something that does not feel like you. And it's hard not getting back those childhood experiences. I wish I could accurately describe to you the pain of hearing a loved one describe how much they want to go to a dance and how much they wish they could have had the opportunity to get ready with a group of friends and buy a beautiful dress and maybe get asked to dance. I think we need to remember these kids when we're making this decision, because this is painful and this is irrevocable. And it's living a life that feels like you. And there is no substitute for that. So I would ask us to put a pause on this bill and find a better way forward. I agree that we need to protect children. I agree that they are vulnerable and worthy of our consideration, and I'm glad we are taking the time to consider them. But in doing so, I would ask us to please continue to center all kids, not just the select few. I oppose this bill, and I ask you to join me in reconsidering. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative. Further discussion on the bill, Representative Ward.